Hi foodies, let's make a lovely dish here, Roro leaf. It's a Fiji recipe with lots of ingredients from the island. So it's a little Fiji inspired recipe here with meat. So here I have my mutton. I'm going to give it a good wash, thaw it out, and I'm going to give it a rinse. Now I'm going to add coffee. Yes, the coffee is going to take that gaminess away from it, and some salted disinfect your leaf. Let that sit there. We're going to wash it with lime. So Roro leaf, Baja leaf, cocoa leaf, dashing bush bhaji or taro leaf, all is the same thing. But in the islands, we know it as dashing leaf and cocoa leaf. In Fiji, they know it as roro. So in the island of Trinidad and Tobago, we make callaloo with the same dashing bush leaf. We don't use the stem, but today I have some all frozen. I have some stem in it and some pumpkins. So I'm going to be leaving it the same way with also my lovely peppers from the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, that culinary pepper, pimento. So this is my meat. I give it a good wash. I want to leave some of the fat in it. Wash it like 10 times. Yeah, there you go. Just wash all that ram goat smell and taste and muttonness or whatever, sheep meat, whatever you get, use it. This is mutton I'm using over here. So I'm going to marinate it well only with my green herbs, and this is some rice wine, or if you have sake wine, you could use some of that and marinate this well for 2 hours. So I'm going to be using some garlic. I'm just going to give it a rough mash and chop all my pimento peppers here. I want to just slice them just rough, and one chili. I lost my bird pepper, you know. I really would love to have had that to add it to the dish. My red onion, I'm going to dice the whole thing. And this is my callaloo pack, as we would say when we get the bhaji, the dashing bush bhaji. I will just save it in the freezer. So in my pot, I just want to saute the meat a little bit. It have been 2.5 hours actually. Overnight will be even better. So my foodies who follow me, you all know I would have done it overnight. Give that a nice little color. Take it out. Now let's add all our condiments. I have a piece of cream coconut in here. So this is like a stew with coconut milk. Add all of that bhaji in there now, or roro leaf. And we're going to use some vegetable base to give it some flavors. And you could add a hint of pot salt. There you go. I'm using some Himalayan salt. I want to give it a good little mix and let it cook for a few minutes. Now let's take a look. I'm going to add some of that green season I use on the meat. I'm going to add it in there. Some lime juice, because you know Granny said it's going to well scratch your mouth. The bhaji. Coconut milk, coconut cream. I have here some vegetable broth. That will go lovely with it. Give it a good little mix, and I'm going to medium heat and just cover the pot for a little bit. Some little more coconut milk in there. So I'm using 1 can of coconut milk, but I'm using it in different stages in there. So now I want to add all that meat that we had on the side, all the gravy and everything that let out into it, and the marinade from the bowl. That looks marvelous. Add the rest of that coconut milk. Add some of that veggie broth again to cook the meat. Cover it there and let that sit for about 25-30 minutes, or however long it takes for the meat to get tender, and that roro leaf or dashing bush bhaji, cocoa leaf, cocoa malanga, baha leaf to melt out nicely. So I'm serving this with some ripe plantain, boiled, and green fig. Now this is really serving Fiji with cassava or yuca. Now you could do whatever you want. So this looks marvelous. You could cook it down a little more if you wish. I like a little gravy there to go with that provision, ground provision, if you want to use that also. So this is my green banana and my plantain. I boil it. It's so sweet and nice. Lovely dish here to enjoy any day of the week. Jenny's Walk, always bringing great flavors to the table.